Ships vanish, planes disappear, and no one knows why. But what if the truth isn't lost beneath the waves? What if something down there is still watching? It was December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers, call sign Flight 19, took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on what should have been a simple 3-hour training mission. The skies were clear, the ocean calm, and the pilots, all experienced, joked over the radio as they climbed over the glittering Atlantic. But then, something changed. At 3:45 p.m., the lead pilot, Lieutenant Charles Taylor, reported that his compasses had stopped working. "We can't tell where we are," his voice cracked through the radio. "Everything looks wrong. The ocean doesn't look like it should." The control tower tried to guide them back, but their signals began to fade, replaced by static and strange rhythmic interference, a pulsing tone that no one could explain. Minutes turned into hours. The sky darkened. Rain clouds formed suddenly, as if the sea itself was swallowing the light. The last transmission came at 7:04 p.m. "It looks like we're entering whitewater. Strange ocean. Nothing seems right." And then, silence. No wreckage, no survivors, not even oil slicks. The Navy sent out a massive rescue operation. A PBM Mariner aircraft carrying 13 men was dispatched to find Flight 19. But within minutes of takeoff, it too vanished. Radar showed the search plane signal blink, then disappear in the exact same area where Flight 19 was last heard from. Witnesses on a nearby ship reported seeing a massive fireball explode over the water, yet no debris was ever found. The final report? Cause unknown. Even today, that phrase remains etched into U.S. Navy archives. For years after, fishermen and sailors claimed to hear faint radio voices at night, crackling over static, repeating the same desperate words. "We can't tell where we are." Some say it was magnetic interference, others a natural anomaly. But many believe Flight 19 crossed into something beyond understanding.
A ship sails without a crew. A radio cries for help from no one at all. And somewhere in the deep blue silence, the triangle takes another name. It was a bright morning in 1955 when a freighter called SS Cotopaxi left Charleston, South Carolina, bound for Havana, Cuba. Her cargo, coal. Her crew, 32 men. Her captain, a seasoned sailor named Meyer. The weather forecast was clear, the sea calm as glass. But 2 days into the voyage, something went wrong. A distress call reached Miami radio at 1:15 p.m. "Mayday, Mayday, taking on water, can't keep up, coordinates," and then silence. The message ended mid-sentence. Search planes scoured the area. No trace. Not a single piece of wood, not a life vest, not a sound. The Cotopaxi vanished. For decades, it became another ghost story whispered by sailors who crossed the Bermuda Triangle. Some claimed to see her shape drifting in the mist, a freighter with no flag, no lights, no crew, moving slowly across the horizon before fading like smoke. And then, in 2020, the world gasped. A rusted shipwreck was discovered off the coast of Cuba. Local divers reported a large vessel, eerily preserved with markings that read SS Cotopaxi. At first, people believed the mystery was solved. But when researchers examined the logbooks and navigation records, something didn't fit. The Cotopaxi's last known coordinates didn't match the wreck's location, not even close. So, how did a ship vanish near the triangle and reappear nearly 1,000 miles away? Even stranger, when divers entered the captain's cabin, they found something unusual. A compass, still magnetized, spinning slowly, never settling north. And beneath it, a notebook page, half erased by water, with one line still visible. "We are not where we're supposed to be." Some say the Cotopaxi was dragged by currents. Others whisper it drifted through time, lost between storms that bend more than just air and water. But for those who've seen her shadow at dusk, they believe the ocean remembers.
A clear sky, no turbulence, and then nothing. Until 40 years later, when the same plane landed again. It was Flight 914, a Douglas DC-4 airliner carrying 57 passengers and 6 crew members. On July 2nd, 1955, it departed New York bound for Miami, a routine 3-hour flight. Weather reports showed blue skies, smooth conditions. At 9:45 a.m., the control tower in Miami made contact. "Flight 914, please confirm your altitude." No reply. Seconds later, the radar blip vanished. No wreckage was found, no emergency call, no oil slick. The aircraft was simply gone. The search lasted months, then years, and finally it was forgotten. But then, something impossible happened. 37 years later, on May 21, 1992, air traffic controllers in Caracas, Venezuela, detected a strange signal. An unidentified aircraft had appeared on their radar, flying steadily toward the airport. When they tried to contact it, a crackling voice came through the radio. "This is Flight 914. We are scheduled from New York to Miami. Where are we?" The controller froze. "Flight 914, please repeat." "We left New York at 9:55 a.m., July 2nd, 1955. Is this Miami Tower?" There was silence. The radar techs looked at each other. It couldn't be real. The old DC-4 circled once and landed safely on the runway. When airport staff approached, they said the plane looked brand new, gleaming, spotless, untouched by time. The pilot stepped out, holding a flight log stamped 1955. When told the year was 1992, he stared in disbelief. "No, that's impossible."
Before anyone could stop him, the pilot turned back, started the engines, and the plane took off again, disappearing into the clouds. When officials checked the runway, the only thing left behind was an old calendar page, yellowed with age, marked July 1955. Some say it's just a hoax. Others believe Flight 914 crossed through a time slip, a ripple in the triangle's hidden geometry. But eyewitness reports, radar logs, and that one piece of paper remain unexplained to this day. And every year on July 2nd, pilots over the Caribbean swear they hear a faint radio signal calling for Miami Tower.
What if the triangle isn't a place, but a force? A natural gate that bends reality itself beneath the waves. The Bermuda Triangle, stretching from Miami to Bermuda to Puerto Rico, is more than just open sea. It's one of Earth's strongest magnetic deviation zones, a place where compasses go wild, GPS signals die, and aircraft lose control for no visible reason. Scientists have long tried to explain it, blaming methane gas, rogue waves, or human error. But what they found beneath the ocean floor only deepened the mystery. In 2017, a deep-sea expedition led by Dr. Karen Walters, an oceanographer from MIT, deployed submersible drones near the Sargasso Sea, right at the triangle's center. At a depth of 11,000 feet, the drones detected massive crystal-like structures buried under centuries of sand. When sonar hit them, the readings spiked violently, as if the crystals were storing energy. Some experts now believe these are ancient power sources, possibly remnants of a lost civilization, maybe even the same one that inspired Plato's story of Atlantis. The geometry of the formations matches no known natural structure. Sharp angles, symmetrical walls, and pathways aligned with Earth's magnetic poles. And here's where it gets stranger. When the submersible cameras approach too close, all live feed cut off. The drone's internal compasses began spinning uncontrollably before shutting down completely. 3 hours later, the team recovered the machines. Their data drives were blank, wiped clean. Dr. Walters described what she saw in her last transmission. It's glowing, a faint blue light, pulsing like a heartbeat. Then, static. To this day, no one has been able to return to that exact location, because every time someone tries, the coordinates change. Almost like the triangle doesn't want to be found. If you think that's just a coincidence, you're not alone. But when multiple military vessels, research subs, and even satellites show distorted readings over the same region, it's hard to ignore. Some scientists whisper about electromagnetic portals, time vortices, or even quantum anomalies, gateways to parallel dimensions created by ancient technology beneath the sea. Whatever it is, it's there, watching, hidden in the deep silence of the Atlantic.
Some call it a curse, others a doorway. But the truth about the Bermuda Triangle might be something far more terrifying and far more human. In 2021, a classified U.S. Navy report quietly surfaced on the dark web. It referenced a mission codenamed Operation Deep Current. The report claimed a nuclear submarine, the USS Cyclops II, had been sent to investigate the triangle's magnetic anomalies. It was fitted with a new kind of quantum sonar technology designed to map space-time distortions beneath the ocean floor. For the first 6 hours, the mission was routine. Then, all contact was lost. 2 weeks later, the Cyclops II reappeared, drifting silently off the coast of Bermuda. No crew, no damage, all systems operational, except one thing. The black box was missing. Inside the captain's cabin, investigators found only one thing: a handwritten note taped to the wall. It read, "We saw the light. It's not of this earth." For decades, eyewitnesses have spoken of glowing orbs, rising fogs, and pulsing lights in the triangle's night sky. Lights that move against the wind, dive into the water, then vanish without a trace. Radar can't lock onto them. Cameras fail to capture them. But pilots still whisper about them in quiet bars near Miami, voices low, eyes distant. One of them, Captain Daniel Ruiz, a veteran commercial pilot, broke silence in a 2023 interview. He said, "We were at 35,000 feet over the triangle. Then the sky, it just split, like a mirror cracking. A light came through. I lost all sense of direction. When we came out, our instruments said we jumped 300 miles in less than a minute." No one believed him, but the flight data did. So what is the Bermuda Triangle? A magnetic vortex? An ancient power buried beneath the sea? Or a doorway, a passage between worlds where time, light, and gravity obey different laws? Maybe it's not about where those ships and planes went. Maybe it's about when they went. Because sometimes the ocean doesn't just take, it hides. And every wave that crashes over the triangle might be erasing a moment in time, rewriting history beneath the water. Somewhere in the depths of the Atlantic, machines still hum, lights still pulse. And maybe, just maybe, the answers are still waiting, buried in silence. The Bermuda Triangle, the ocean's deadliest mystery. Maybe it was never meant to be solved.